At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
All right, happy Friday morning to you. It is I guess some people call it the official start of the Memorial Day weekend, but we still got to get through a work day, I think, for many of us. But some people take the day off a little bit earlier and they get on the road. And boy, it's probably going to be pretty busy on those roadways over the weekend, probably later on this evening. Not to mention, you're probably going to start to see on social media those pictures of LA downtown, kind of the evening with all the red taillights and all the cars coming the other direction as we go into one of the busiest travel days of the year. Not only on the roadways, but apparently even the airlines are going to be pretty jam-packed as well. You may have come across it if you are traveling anywhere across the nation, that the flights are probably pretty much filled up. It is Friday morning. It is 7:01 on this Friday. We are getting ready for a holiday weekend and just checking in. Glad you could all check in this morning before we get ready for one more work day before the weekend arrives. Right now, we're looking at temperature of 56 degrees for Redding, 59 degrees in Chico and Oroville, 54 for Red Bluff, 41 right now in Alturas, and there you can see Quincy, about 38 degrees. How about those upper 40s along the coast? Not much in the way of fog right now, although there are some low clouds. So low clouds, a little bit of fog, but the visibility actually looks to be pretty good out along the coast this morning. So out the door this morning, yes, I've got some fog there for the coast, but keep in mind it's mainly just going to be a lot of the overcast skies, what we call a stratus deck, where it's not, really impacting that visibility a whole lot. So mainly mostly cloudy. Temperatures around 60 for the valley, and looks like you can see 8 o'clock this morning, temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 40s for many of the higher elevations. Winds, oh man, isn't this nice to finally wake up in the morning to start the day off with fairly calm winds. We're below 10 miles per hour, mainly below 5 miles per hour for most of us this morning. But wouldn't you know, the winds are expected to kind of pick up for many of us later this afternoon. By noon, you'll notice the winds kind of picking up a little bit, but you're going to notice them even more so by the second half of the day today. Now, it depends on where you are. In the eastern mountains, winds are going to be pretty gusty from the west. In Siskiyou County, from the north-northwest. For the valley, well, for the valley of Shasta and Tehama County, well, really mainly Shasta County from the northwest. But as you head into Tehama County, like Red Bluff, Willows, Chico, winds more from the south. And then for the coast, not too bad, but a little breezy with those winds coming out of the north. Now, tonight, still looking a little breezy out there, but they should subside going into your Saturday morning. So again, the winds from the south are really helping to keep that fire weather risk down. However, with more of that northwest wind for the north end of the valley, it's going to be in that low to moderate category. So nothing major, nothing to be terribly concerned about. Now, a couple of things that I'm watching with the next inside slider. We've been watching a series of inside sliders. That's, just to give you an idea, that is basically one of the reasons why we've seen the gusty winds off and on throughout the week. The next one's coming through today, and that's why the winds are expected to pick up. But this one is actually going to push a little bit farther to the south than the previous inside sliders. And as a result, this could also mean not only more cloud cover as we go through the morning and into the afternoon, but eventually maybe even some showers developing for some of the higher elevations. Now, I think most of the activity, if we see anything, will be north and east of the valley today. So we're heading north on I-5. Don't be surprised if you run into a stray shower. North of Reading, so places like Dunsmuir, maybe Lakehead, Mount Shasta. But I think really when we go through the day today, most of you in these areas will stay dry throughout the day. But don't be surprised if you run into a stray sprinkle or a light shower. I'm not anticipating these to get strong enough to be thunderstorms. But, just be on the lookout for that. And then by tonight, that's all pretty much gone. A few stray showers in the evening hours, but that's about it. Let's take a look at your Memorial Day weekend for the Valley. We're talking temperatures slowly increasing. We're actually starting off the weekend with beautiful weather, but about a 10-degree increase from Saturday to Sunday. We take a look at Trinity County and out towards Weaverville, starting off in the low to mid 70s tomorrow, low 80s by Sunday, and upper 80s by your Memorial Day. Taking a look at the coast, we're actually seeing a slight uptick in those temperatures as well, up to about 59 degrees by Monday. We take a look now at Siskiyou County, Mount Shasta in particular. We're from 71 Saturday to 79 Sunday, back into the mid-80s by Monday. How about Alturas and Modoc County? Temperatures tomorrow, upper 60s, mid-70s by Sunday, and we're back up in the low 80s by Monday. And how about that Susanville and Eastern Mountains forecast? Also, the upward trend with those temperatures for Saturday, Sunday, and into your Monday. All right, let's take a look at your forecast across the board for today. We're talking low 80s for most of us in the valley, 70s for most of the higher elevations. However, you go up higher in elevation, now you're talking mainly in those 60s and in the upper 50s along the coast. Quick look at your 7-day outlook for the valley. You can see temperatures dropping tomorrow, but then the temperatures increasing. And it looks like next week will be warmer, with highs mainly in the low 90s. Your 7-day outlook for the coast, and there you can see the dry conditions and some clouds, but temperatures increasing a little bit here, even for the coast by next week. Now, there's that chance for some isolated showers. Don't cancel your outdoor plans over what you're seeing there for today. Just note that if you live north or east of the valley, you may run into a stray sprinkle or maybe even a light shower. It's dry for the rest of the weekend and into next week, and a bit of a roller coaster ride, if you will. Those temperatures kind of going up and down. Taking a look at Lake Oroville, North Forebay, and it looks like we are seeing, of course, those clear skies. And look at that, the winds, they're fairly calm. I mean, just a little bit of the breeze kind of blowing over the lake there this morning. We take you out now to Main Street, Chico on Highway 32. And it looks like traffic is flowing now. That may change as we start getting more and more people on the road. Not to mention on Highway 99 at Neal Road. Looks pretty good there as well. And also taking a look at Sundial Bridge Drive on Highway 44 in Reading. Looks like we've got a pretty good flow of traffic as well. Remind you that there's a free Weather NorCal app that you can download for free today. If you're traveling outside of the North State or Northern California, take note that the app will follow you wherever you go. Yes, it's always with you, so it will give you the forecast no matter where you are. But when you are here at home, this is going to be your best source of weather information. And you can watch from your big screen TV on YouTube. If you have a smart TV, and most TVs these days they have YouTube. You can go to YouTube, subscribe to the Weather NorCal YouTube page. Not only can you watch the 24-hour channel, but you can also watch the latest weathercast that I upload on YouTube. Also, Fire Stick and Roku, you can download the app there as well. Well, today is Friday, so we have got our Pet of the Week, and this one, particularly special. I mean, you don't really run into a lot of dogs that are just really super just mellow enough, but has just enough energy. Really, this dog, I think, would be a perfect fit in any home. So let's take a look and meet Rocky, your Pet of the Week, proudly sponsored by Cottonwood Veterinary Clinic and Small Animal Clinic. Hello everyone, Mike Kruger, Weather NorCal, and this is Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. With us right now, we have got, of course, Katrina from Haven Humane Society, and this is Rocky. And, you know, Rocky was just, before we started pushing record on the camera, just chilling, then wanted to come hang out with us. Thought
That's Rocky.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Very, very people focused, and what I mean by that is like he wants your attention, but he's very comfortable like this, just sitting with you. He doesn't necessarily need you to be playing with him every second or anything, but he absolutely loves people. Definitely, if you're walking and he sees somebody, he's going over them for pets for sure. He's very, very, very friendly.
Oh, what? This is awesome.
We think he's about 3 years old.
Okay.
We have him as a lab mix, definitely a mix, so we're not quite sure what else. But yeah, he's just a super social guy. He was actually when we did the rodeo parade this past weekend, he was in that and he did fantastic and had a really good time. And he's just had a really good time anytime we've taken him like off campus. He's just super friendly and just definitely draws people towards him.
So really, I mean, anyone can take this dog. A family with kids, maybe other dogs.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
definitely. He's been really good with other dogs as well. So I could see him being a great family dog for most people.
I mean, come on, this one's a no-brainer if you've been looking for a lab mix. About 3 years old. Perfect, Rocky. Well, if you're interested in Rocky or any other animals I have here at Haven Humane Society, be sure to give the number at the bottom of your screen right here, somewhere around here, a call. We'll see you next week. Thank you. And this has been Pet of the Week. So Rocky really was a great dog. And I think Rocky, based on just that alone, would be a reason I think Rocky is probably going to end up in a forever home here. I'll be willing to guess before the weekend. So if you liked what you saw, you might want to get on that phone and call right away because I think Rocky is going to go by pretty quickly. We're taking a look at some of the images, some of the comments coming in from you this morning. Tracy saying good morning. We've got Ruth Sanchez from Shingletown saying good morning, and Catherine from the Castle area. 34 degrees, a chilly start to the day there. And Kathy saying Dave Ryan. I don't know, maybe sharing, I'm not sure. But thank you if you shared. I appreciate that. By sharing, it does help this channel grow, so I appreciate any help that you can give me. This weekend at Haas Farms, Big Bounce Reading, world's largest travel bounce house. Wow, get some tickets online. That is fun. They're going to have the biggest, world's largest travel bounce house. Ooh, that sounds like fun. It sounds like maybe some of the big kids will be on there as well. Dizzy saying, have a safe weekend to you all. By the way, this was kind of fun. My sister texted me this morning when I was getting ready for the show here. And she wanted to wish me a happy Brother's Day. So I thought that was kind of neat. I remember it was a Happy Siblings Day not too long ago. And I texted her that morning and she said, I didn't even know. So yes, my sister wanted to wish me a happy Brother's Day, which reminded me, of course, we got the national calendar we can take a look at. It's also National Yucatan Shrimp Day. All right. We got National Road Trip Day. Of course, wouldn't that always be the case, right? I mean, right as we go into Memorial Day weekend. National Cooler Day, of course, also just in time for Memorial Day weekend. But hey, thinking about maybe, is it on your bucket list to go check out Wyoming? Well, today is Wyoming Day. So maybe you could go out to Wyoming today. When is it? Is it ever National California Day? I don't know. It probably is one of those days. Yeah, kind of interesting. So there you have it. Dizzy saying, have a safe weekend to you all. Well, tell you what. And I'm going to make an announcement too. I'm really excited because this is the first time I started Weather NorCal, which is almost a year. A year anniversary of Weather NorCal, by the way, is June 20th. That is when I started it. Okay, so 2023, June 20th is when I started Weather NorCal. It's been almost a year. Haven't been a year just yet. I'm really happy with the way things are going so far. And in fact, for the first time ever, I am actually giving myself the day off on Monday of next week on Memorial Day. And my wife and I are going on a nice little trip together, and we are going to be out of town. And so we are very excited about that. With that said, as you know, I do have a Coffee with Kruger typically on the weekdays and won't have that on Monday, but stay tuned on Facebook because I will be kind of giving little tips about, where am I? See if you can figure out where I am based on some of the images that I send. And we will then it'll just be kind of a simple little giveaway. Maybe one of these coffee mugs that I have right here. Maybe we'll give away one of these coffee mugs. So for those who are interested in winning a coffee mug and want to try to figure out where I'm going, Be sure to keep checking in on my Facebook page, and we'll have more on that, so you can check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get to your forecast, and we are, of course, going to need to mention our sponsor, which is Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Here are your current temperatures out there right now. We're sitting at 56 degrees for Redding, 59 in Chico. We're about 42 degrees for Alturas and Susanville, about 44 degrees. And for the coast, upper 40s. It's a little overcast there. In fact, let's take a look at what it looks like right now in Trinidad. I'm also going to show you an image of, let's get to it here, sunset. That's not the latest image. This is. So you can kind of see here, it's not necessarily foggy. In fact, you can even see some breaks in the clouds there out in Crescent City. And I am expecting to possibly see that be kind of break up a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of show you that. So let's get you back to the camera, or excuse me, to the weather computer. Yeah, there we are. So the winds will be picking back up again today. There's also going to be some mountain showers, and there's a slim chance for a few thunderstorms. We'll get into that a little bit later. The big cool down on Saturday, warming back up though for your Sunday and into your Memorial Day. All right, it's working. Good. All right, so look at the winds right now. I mean, isn't this nice? Just so nice to finally have a morning without these gusty winds out there. But they're going to return for most of us. So here's what we got going on. Through the afternoon, more of a south wind for the south end of the valley, more of a northwest wind for the north end of the valley. But bottom line, gusts upwards of about 20 miles an hour plus for parts of the valley, depending on where you are, the direction. Westerly wind for the eastern mountains, north and northwesterly winds for Siskiyou County. And for the coast, not too bad, just a little breezy, but coming out of the north. Then for Saturday, we start out the morning with fairly calm winds. By the afternoon, they'll pick up. We'll call it a little breezy here, at least for the valley, but it's a south wind. So that's really nice. That's good. You want that south wind. It's not the drying north wind that we hate to see around here. More of a northwesterly gusty wind for the eastern mountains, and looks like the winds actually may be a little bit stronger tomorrow for the coast than today. And then Sunday, we start off with fairly calm winds, and really for the most part, much calmer winds across the board on Sunday, but still a bit of that north breeze out along the coast. So the humidity, how is all the humidity going to be impacted by these winds? Well, to this afternoon, even though we're going to see that northwest wind, we're keeping those humidity levels pretty not bad, especially as we start getting into the drier season. We're seeing good humidity recovery in the morning hours. Then in the afternoon, look at Saturday. With that south wind, it's keeping that humidity about 25% or higher for most of us. Then on Sunday morning, some good recovery there. We're in the 50, 60, even 70% range. And then it does drop a little bit on Sunday, but still in the 15 to 20% range here for the valley. So overall, it's not too bad. We look at the fire weather risk for the next several days. So with that northwest wind for the north end of the valley, I mean, we're barely getting into that moderate category. All right, so otherwise, it's a low risk today, and it's a low risk tomorrow with that south wind, and it's going to be another low risk for the second half of your weekend on Sunday with a bit of that south wind as well. So conditions are really improving. We've been looking at that higher or moderate fire danger, getting even close to high in some spots here through parts of the week this week. So we're finally kind of starting to see that threat for fires and them spreading quickly. We're starting to see that threat kind of move on out of here, so that's good. So the cooler air, that's moved on in. The winds will subside by tomorrow for the most part, but we're going to see the peak of the cooling trend tomorrow, and then those temperatures start to increase. So it's warming back up as we go to the second half of the weekend, and not to mention for your Memorial Day. That high pressure starts to build back in, warmer weather. But this right here over the Gulf of Alaska, this will slowly push eastward. It'll push the ridge of high pressure to our east and kind of squash the heat a bit. Now, this is going to be a massive drop. In fact, what will happen is most of the cooler air will be to our north. We're only going to drop our temperatures down by a degree or two for the valley and really for most of us. But then after Wednesday, we go into Thursday, Friday of next week. That cooler air moves out of the Pacific Northwest, and we start to see another ridge of high pressure begin to build in. But bottom line, for the most part, we're looking at temperatures above normal for this time of the year, but nothing too terribly unbearable. And in fact, looking way down the line, I'm still not seeing any major heat waves. We have yet to hit 100 degrees in the valley. It was close last week, but we didn't hit it. So notice, again, that nice dip in the temperatures through Saturday, and then we go back up going through next week. But, yes, we're about 8 to 10 degrees above normal. The normal high in the valley, at least in Redding, is 84 degrees, and we'll be above that. But again, at least we're not in those triple digits. Now, I'm not going to show you all the mountain locations, but I'm just going to show you the trend there as well. It's going down, then back up, then maybe back down again, as I was mentioning for Tuesday, Wednesday, before we start to see that increase again toward the end of next week. And the coast, mainly upper 50s, although as we warm things up next week, maybe some low 60s in there by around Wednesday, Thursday. So there is the system. Now, what I want to mention here is this. So this is another, what we call inside slider. Remember these inside sliders. They're storm systems. They're areas of low pressure that come in from the northwest. They move through the Pacific Northwest to our north, and then they go down into the Great Basin. So the basic track of these inside sliders is right there. That is a classic setup for the gusty north winds that we've seen here over the last, all week, really, off and on all week. But the thing is, most of those have been pretty far to the north. This one is going to be the last one, by the way, but it will move more to the south than any of the others this week. So what that will do is bring us a little bit more cloud cover and also increase maybe the chances for showers as well. So let's take a look at that. We talked about the winds and what that's going to mean for a fire danger. Now we're going to talk about the rain. And there it is. So there you can see the clouds, number one. So I think we're going to see more cloud cover. We'll call it partly cloudy for pretty much everyone, mostly cloudy along the coast. But what we're seeing here is a few pop-up showers. Now, is this going to be enough for you to go, I think I'm going to cancel my outdoor plans? No, I wouldn't do it. Here's the thing. Most of these areas that are getting caught up, at least showing on Futurecast, most of these areas are going to be looking at dry conditions through a good portion of the day. In fact, probably all day long. There's just going to be some stray showers. I don't anticipate any thunderstorms out of this. And then by tonight, it's all gone. And by tomorrow, it's all gone as well. But look at tomorrow morning. Interesting. Yesterday, Futurecast was showing that maybe some fog that we're seeing here was even up towards Redding and Red Bluff. It looks like it's going to be mainly to the south. I'd say Sacramento. So if you are traveling tomorrow morning, early in the morning, heading south on I-5, just be aware of the fact that you may run into some fog out there. But otherwise, that's going to clear up pretty quickly. We're got the high angle of the sun. Once the sun comes up, we're going to watch that dissipate quickly. But even some fog along the coast, not to mention off with some cloud cover to the north and east. So you can see that, again, it quickly clears out even for the coast. I think we could see some sunshine there. Then for your Sunday morning, not much going on. Then maybe some afternoon clouds, but most likely staying dry on Sunday as well, but there's some low clouds kind of hovering along the coast as well. Looking at the long range, Tuesday you can see a little pickup of a few showers trying to develop here, but for now I'm going to keep it dry. I'm not really seeing much in the way of consistency with that, so it looks like it'll be dry and warmer going through next week. And you can kind of see some of that fog that's developing along the coast, kind of that May gray, and the June gloom has pretty much arrived. But there you can see those wave heights. Yeah, they are looking fairly low for today. They'll increase though for the first half of your weekend. So if you do have to be on a small boat, there's a chance we may see a small correct advisory for tomorrow, but not today. We do just have that patchy morning fog and probably even some fog here through a good portion of the day out on the ocean. Taking a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast for today, those temperatures along the Highway 299 corridor, maybe you're traveling there today, should be a good day. Maybe stop and check out some of the sites. I mean, I love this drive right here because you can stop and check out some of the beautiful, you're just going along the Trinity River there. I mean, I just love it. It's a great drive. So drive safely, obviously, too. If you're going to check out the sites, you want to stop the car, pull over, and check it out. Temperatures are going to be in the 60s here as you head southward, though. The North Coast, well, taking you to southern Humboldt County, there you can see Honeydew about 63, 68 from Miranda. And there you can see Redcrest, about 61 degrees. Take you up north, look for a high of 58 degrees for Ferndale, Rio Dell about 57, and 58 degrees in Fortuna. Up north, out along the coast, Arcata 55, 60 in Blue Lake, and 74 degrees in Hoopa. And we take you up north out towards Crescent City, 56, 63 degrees out in Gas Key. So again, I was talking about the temperatures. Really, we were talking about the temperatures inland, the coast, the valley, kind of temperatures going up for next week. But yeah, if you notice here, we're just going to kind of keep it generally upper 50s to low 60s for the next 7 days for the immediate coast. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, temperatures mainly in the 70s for today. I've got that chance for an isolated shower, but don't let that deter you for any of your outdoor plans for today. Greenview, about 72 degrees, as well as Callahan, and then 68 degrees in Fort Jones today. Take you off to central and eastern Siskiyou, mainly in the 60s for those higher elevations off towards the north and east, otherwise in the 70s elsewhere. And for Modoc County, yeah, we got some of those higher elevations there as well, with temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 60s, maybe a stray shower this afternoon for Modoc County and the eastern mountains. Bernie, there's that slight chance you could see some activity, but again, don't worry about it too much. Temperatures are increasing though as we take you into next week. Taking a look at Lake Almanor, Lassen Park, and yeah, maybe you want to check out that. Of course, the highway through the park, or the road through the park, is not open yet. They still got to clear that out. But Chester, a high of about 73 degrees today. There's a look at the eastern mountains to the south with Paradise and Susanville in your 7-day forecast there. Now, Paradise, I've got you dry today, but Susanville, yeah, you could see an isolated shower this afternoon. And your Valley neighborhood forecast, brought to you by NorCal Tractor, yeah, those temperatures are going to be the low 80s. Yeah, not too bad for this time of the year. We're actually going to be right around or just below normal for this time of the year here for today. We'll take you up north with a high of about 77 degrees for Whiskeytown, 76 for Lakehead, 82 for Palisadro, and 82 for a high today in Cottonwood. All right, there's your 7-day outlook for Redding. Temperatures dropping even more on Saturday. You're talking 77 degrees. Absolutely wonderful. But temperatures will increase after that. We're back in the upper 80s by the time we get into Sunday and even into your Labor Day. Low 90s continue for Tuesday, Wednesday. See that slight bump up on Thursday. If we were to extend this into Friday and even into that Saturday, it actually may increase even a little bit more. So there you go. That is a look at your forecast for not only today, but through your holiday weekend. Hopefully some of you have plans and are taking some much needed time off. I know I'm finally taking the whole weekend and an extra day for the first time this since I started Weather NorCal. So I'm going to be gone on Monday. Coffee with Kruger will not happen on Monday morning, but it will be back next Tuesday. So be sure to look out for Brian Wilson both on Saturday, Sunday, and he will of course give you the updates throughout the day on Wednesday as well. Chris is mentioning fun. It's at 7:24. She said it was 7:24 on May 24th, 2024. That'll be fun when it's July 24th, 7:24 in the morning on 2024. Then that would be 7/24, 2024. Good observation, Krista. That's always fun. Appreciate that. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me. I'm so glad that you could join us this morning. And we're going to take a look at a few cameras out there. And let's see here. Let's make sure we got everything kind of going and ready to go. There you go. And hope you have yourselves a happy and safe holiday weekend. And again, I want to stress the word safe. Be safe out there and think about your neighbors and everybody else. And I appreciate you, and I will see you not Monday, but I'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you next week.